Hello, and welcome to Every Day is Funny, the meditative morning show about newspaper comics. And today's a biggie. It's a true landmark. It is episode 40. And I wanted to do something special for episode 40. Episode 40 only happens once, as with every other episode. You know, typically I'll come on here and convey a musing in depth that I'd had the day before. But for episode 40, I thought, yesterday, why don't I just have an open mind throughout the day? And whenever an interesting thought pops in, I'll write it down, and then I'll read all of them for episode 40. And I'll see how many I get. And so I only ended up getting like 3. But I think they're 3 interesting musings. So I'm going to read these, and I'm going to divide them so you know when one ends and another begins by using sounds from the official Every Day is Funny soundboard provided by my friend EJ. So I'll say a musing, and I'll divide it up with a sound. And then, as a tease for the end of this, for episode 40 also, I came up with my own first ever comic strip, which I'll explain after these 3 musings. So here we go. So to get into this, I'll ask, EJ, how you feeling?
I really could use a coffee.
Well then let's take a sip before we get going. All right. First musing. I bet there's a suicidal train conductor who wishes the old school train robberies were still a thing, so he could at least go out in a brave way.
Wow.
Number 2. I heard a man cover Wonderwall on the violin yesterday. That was more of a comment, really. Yeah, I agree, that wasn't that good. Why do we say the great unknown, but never the great known? Is everything lessened once it's discovered?
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good one. Also, I only have about 3 sounds from EJ, so. Why don't more train busker musicians have music whose lyrics acknowledge that it's annoying that they're singing on a train? Lyrics like, "You're tired after work and here I come, singing people-pleasing songs. This is all very dumb."
Wow.
Thank you. That was the episode 40 Musing Spectacular. And thank you to EJ for those sounds. And so before I get to the other comics of the day, I did want to reveal for episode 40 my comic. And I thought of the joke first, and then I thought, what would the scene around the joke be, or what should my comic strip world and setting and characters be? And so I've decided that this comic strip is about a king as our primary character. He rules over a massive kingdom, and the comic focuses on the moments when the commoners of the kingdom come in to bow before him and offer tribute. And they keep thinking every time that he'll offer some wise wisdom. But my premise is going to be that every time he just says a silly joke or a stupid non sequitur. So that's the premise of the comic. I don't know what it's called yet. Maybe it'll just be the name of the king, which I haven't figured out. Maybe like, you think there's like a random king name generator online? Let's check that out. Okay, there is a king name generator online. I hit it once, and the first name that comes up is Kalaman. So let's call this comic strip, at least for now, Kalaman the Wise. Or All Hail Kalaman. I kind of like All Hail Kalaman. Alright, so this is a terrible name. For a comic strip? I'm sticking with it for now. All hail Kalaman. And so, on Instagram and on everydayisfunny.com, I will link to this comic. We see Kalaman, and he's talking to one of his subjects. And he says, "Did you hear about the guy who had taste, smell, sight, hearing, and touch?" And the woman says, "No, but that makes total sense." I think that's good. I don't think I've heard that joke before. That's pretty good, right? That's like some classic comic strip newspaper stuff. So hopefully Kalaman the Wise comes back. Or All Hail Kalaman, sorry. But that was my first foray, you know. I'm now devoting my life to comic strips like this. This is my first foray. So let me know if you enjoyed it. Maybe I'll make an Instagram poll if we want to see more of Kalaman. All hail Kalaman. Happy episode 40, Kalaman. Let's get to the other comics. Oh, and before we get to the comics, I did just want to acknowledge, a few episodes ago, yesterday or the day before, I had brought up that a man was commenting on my YouTube videos, saying that I should stop reading The Family Circus on air. He has something horrible against The Family Circus. And I just wanted to relay that he is still commenting on various YouTube videos of mine to get rid of reading The Family Circus. And he is saying some incredibly harsh things about the Jeffy character that I don't even really want to read on air. So this guy, I don't know what his issue with The Family Circus is, but his name is Anthony, and he does not care for it, and he really wants me to stop reading The Family Circus. Anyway, let's check out The Family Circus. All right, today we see a girl throwing a piece of cookie into the yard with birds in the background. She says, "I'm sharing this with the birds. It's an Oreo cookie." Wow, that's good. What do you think about that one, Anthony? No Jeffy, just pure genius. Again, I think I've said it before. I love comics, like how they just need whatever the joke requires, and that's what they'll stick with. So they'll just make this girl great at puns, but then, you know, tomorrow maybe she can't even solve 3 times 2. You know what I mean? Everyone's intelligence level in comic strips is ever fluctuating. I would be constantly on edge if I were her mom. Like, am I gonna get dumb girl today, or am I gonna get smart girl? But this is a great joke. An Oreo cookie? Come on. That's great, though. Anthony, come on. You gotta admit that's good, though, man. Comment on this when I put it on YouTube. Tell me it's good, Anthony. Come on. All right. Rex Morgan, MD time. For those just joining us at episode 40, we are dealing with a bully situation, and he is a relentless bully. And we see today that this is still going on. The bully says, "Why are you so weird? I don't like it." That's a great opening line. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine someone in real life saying that? "Why are you so weird? I don't like it." That's just putting all the cards on the table. There's no subtlety. Anyway, he says, "Why are you so weird? I don't like it." Parker says, "You don't have to like me, but you don't have to bully me either. You could just leave me alone and let me go to my locker." The bully says, "Well, what's the fun in that?" Wow. There's just like no progress being made, but it was worth it for "Why are you so weird? I don't like it." I kind of want to put that on a shirt. That should be the first bit of EDIF merch, even though I didn't write it. Wow. They're just really getting to the heart. This is like, read this conversation back if you have it in front of you. This is like so boilerplate, like getting to the essence of a bully and his like person he's targeting. It's just laying it out in the most basic framework without any zhuzh or interesting writing or switch ups. It's just, why are you so weird? I don't like it. And then the classic response of like boilerplate, you don't have to like me, but you don't have to bully me either. You could just leave me alone. Well, what's the fun in that? It's just so unoriginal, but in an interesting way. Like, you know, you're trying to imagine people really talking like this, and it doesn't add up, but it does make sense when you're reading it in comic form. I find that really interesting. I don't know. But man, what a great line from the bully. It's kind of making me side with the bully, because I don't really like Parker that much, and I don't like the bully at all. But if he's gonna keep coming with gems like, why are you so weird? I don't like it. That's great. All right, let me think of what to comment. Okay, I'm gonna leave a comment starting from the bully saying, well, where's the fun in that at the end? And then Parker's gonna say, that's true, it wouldn't be fun. Not as fun as this. Parker then unleashes years of martial arts training he's been secretly accumulating for the last decade. Parker then says, that's right, I'm actually cool.
Eh.
Oh, come on. I'm sending it, I think it's good. Send. All right, time to wind down for Friday, June 7th, episode 40. I do think episode 40 is also a good time to say thank you for listening if you've been listening for a while. Or if this is the first time you're listening, thank you for listening. Please share and follow on Instagram and YouTube and all that business. But sharing would mean a lot. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, every day is funny.